We're looking at a small collection of 10 19th century textbooks, educational books used by American school children in the 19th century. This is nice. Here we see an ornate calligraphy ownership plate, 1844, in Canterbury, which is a Shaker village location. So it's entirely possible that this book was owned by a Shaker. 1845, Concord, a Reader by Daniel Adams. It, like most school books of this era, displays clear signs of being used and consulted, which in some ways really, oh, look at, haha, great woodcut illustration of gambling right there. Yeah, that's really quite nice to see. Oh, the Lowell Railroad. These types of wood engravings in American books of this era are still largely unappreciated and easy to collect. This is great because we see a globe here as well as a wall map and a hanging image of a ship in a schoolroom, it appears. Full leather like that is typical for books of this era. Same here, we see it. An 1841 Andover, Massachusetts, a Reader, sound still and tight. This is a typical full leather binding. Earlier, this is 1827, Brattleboro, Vermont. This is fascinating. Somebody has taken early coinage, silver coinage, and done pencil rubbings of it, of the coins on the blank end paper there. The paper and the feel and the binding of the books of this era is slightly different from the ones of the 30s and 40s. And so now we'll go to this book here with the publisher's paper label and leather spine, which is embossed with floral designs and gilt lettered. This is Philadelphia, 1855, so mid-19th century. And we can see the difference right there. It's remarked. Here's a very early looking book that's well worn. This is the Rudiments of the Latin Tongue. It appears here there is an owner's inscription from 1827. It opens right to page 3, so there's no title page in this book. This is the perfect example of what an instructional book can look like after heavy consultation by students over many, many years. This book really has seen extensive use, and quite frankly, I personally find that sort of interesting. So here is the next book, which is another version of the Rhetorical Reader, and this one is 1835, and still sound, although again, somewhat shaken with some loose pages, but still bound as issued. Now this is a bit of an outlier, a little bit later, 1892, but it is a school book for teaching astronomy to school children. Here we have a classic Franklin arithmetic book with an embossed spine and gilt lettering. We see it's 1879. There's examples for oral practice, all sorts of mathematical problems of a type that many school children even today still encounter. And this is a Latin Reader from 1840. It's also tight and sound in the original period binding. The final book in this collection is this full leather natural philosophy book, which is quite interesting because it's 1831 Boston, and it has that wonderful astronomy plate there as a frontis. It says that there are other illustrations, and indeed, when we get to the rear of the book, what we see is a series of engraved plates, actual engraved plates, including several, numerous actually, relating to astronomy, as well as other aspects of scientific experiments. Here's sight and vision. And so this collection of American school books is currently available on my website, briandemambro.com.